it's a big show.
I must dig my dig in the mashed potatoes. Go hog.
It's a team sport. It's not a talent-based sport.
We got Bobby fucking Petrino back. If I'm honest with myself right now, it's a cool 12-0. Tornado. Maybe kegs and eggs.
I don't think we had a guy on that field that didn't play in the NFL, and about 4 or 5 of them were first-round draft picks. And I think that team won a national championship, but I'm not sure. And they run through our ass like shit through a tin horn, man, and we could not stop them.
Still on week 4, man. We're still on week 4.
Still on week 4. Our boy Jim is letting us down with the editing. I'm kidding. Jim does a fantastic job with the editing, and we're grateful to have him. Except we don't have him today. I'm your host for the day, Chase, the Wolf of Oaklawn. And I'm joined as always by the man, the myth, the legend, the man who could throw that football over them damn mountains, Mr. Uncle Rico. What's up, Unc?
What's up, buddy? How you doing? How you feeling, dude? Big win last week for your boys, dude.
I feel, considering I had zero hope for that game, I think I'm very happy. I'm very happy with how that turned out. I'm even cool with like the field storming afterwards, because like, I don't know, like I saw Arizona State win last night against Utah, who's like number 16, and they stormed the field. And all I could think was like, are you kidding me for number 16? But for number 4, totally cool.
Yeah, and for like, I don't mean this comment to be condescending, but the last couple years where your program's been, I think it's rightfully earned.
Oh, not condescending at all. That was just 100% a statement of fact. We have not been a good football team for a number of years. So yeah, that was letting out a lot of angst there, I think.
Little disappointed they're not playing this week, so I can fade them though.
Yeah, we got the bye week, so next week we come back with LSU, and that's always a wonky game, you know.
And LSU's got a big one today, my friend.
Yeah, they do. Which we got some time constraints on here, so we're gonna go ahead. This isn't gonna be your typical college football tailgate where we go game by game. Instead, we're going pick by pick by time slot here, because Unc's got to get to.
I got CMU's homecoming parade, dude. You know, this is the one parade I go to a year. Going to a little chips parade. So.
He's firing up the damn chips. So let's go ahead and let's start with the 11 o'clock slot. Eric, I'll let you go ahead and lead it off.
All right, I got 2. Do you want me to go back to back?
Go for it.
All right. So the first one I took Buffalo plus the 10.5 and plus 320. I've had the spot circled since we did our MAC previews. You have Toledo coming off a game against Miami with NIU on deck. Buffalo coming off of the bye. Toledo likes to throw. Buffalo's secondary is sneaky good. I think Buffalo has a huge, they have a huge special teams advantage. Toledo's run game has been suspect. That's the way to attack this Toledo defense. I think Toledo's defense is insanely overvalued. I know Buffalo has their questions on offense, but I think they're going to have some success moving the ball. And their defense is going to be able to limit what Toledo likes to do. So I did that. And then, I took Iowa -3 against Washington. I have to fade Washington after this big win against Michigan. Iowa's defense is going to be able to limit Coleman in the running game. Washington allowed 184 yards rushing to Rutgers. Iowa's going to be able to move the ball on the ground if Washington looks to stack the box. This is going to open up McNamara's play action game. And I'm going to say it. Iowa's got a better offense than Michigan this year. Iowa's going to be able to move the ball. And historically speaking, West Coast traveling to the East historically doesn't do well. So I'm going to take it here. Iowa minus the 3.
I like it. I like the play. I've only got one play in the 11 o'clock slot, and I'm looking at the Army UAB game. I'm going to be that guy with that ticket in my pocket, Uncle Rico. I'm taking Army minus the 27.5 in this game. One, I think the DILF is done. I think that this UAB team has given up on the season. And I think that I know for a fact that they have a lot of trouble defending the triple option because they got, as Coach Saban said in our intro video, they got run through like shit through a tin horn by Navy. So I think the Army is going to have an easy day with UAB. What do you think?
I think Dilford's like, what's that movie? God, it had Tom Hanks in it. Like Dead Man Walking.
Oh no, that's Sean Penn.
Sean Penn, yeah. That when I think of Trent Dilfer, I think of that movie, and you just hear that guy yell "Dead Man Walking." That's
walking.
And when you think about it, remember they had that interim coach, and everyone loved that interim coach. All the players were hyping that interim coach. They battled their asses off for that interim coach, and then they went for the former pro athlete who ran a Nashville prep program, and that's what they thought they're going to get. And look, it has been an absolute disaster. He set the program back, and whoever comes in is going to have to do a hard rebuild. And in this day and age of NIL, UAB is going to have a real hard time of reaching the standards that they've reached in the past.
I 100% agree. Moving on to the 1 o'clock slot. I've got the only play here. Give me Eastern Michigan on the money line, plus 120 versus Miami of Ohio. They are the hottest directional Mich school. And whenever we see directional Mich plus money on the money line, me and Jim usually jump at it because directional Mich schools are our favorite. Let me see. I'm going to play this even though it's, if I can find it.
Dude, I thought I lost connection. My screen went black. I was like freaking out for a little bit. Like that was unexpected.
Jim is a titan of editing, I will say, but this was just a dirty homer play. Eastern Michigan plus 120 on the money line versus Ohio.
Has Miami of Ohio been one of the most disappointing teams?
They were
coming back, the favorite to win the MAC this year, and what are they, 1-4 to start the season, 0-1 in conference play?
Yeah, I mean, considering you have one of the most disappointing teams, the Miami of Ohio, that you have one of the most surprising teams with Eastern Michigan here.
Yeah, it's I would definitely lean on that side as well.
Moving on to the 2:30 slot, it's all me here. It's all my action. We've got Cal versus Pitt. I'm taking Cal plus the 3.5 versus Pitt. You could think that they got the win taken out of their sails. I think this is a bounce back spot against Pitt. I'm not sure if they win this game outright, but I think they keep it close because Eli Holstein is pretty salty. I know it's a team west going east, but this Cal team is plucky and they've managed to stay completely in these games the entire season. So give me the Cal plus the 3.5.
I'm here. Last Saturday, I decided to go to bed when they're up 25 points.
Oof.
And it was the last leg of the money line round robin, going for the clean sweep. I was like, oh, this is in the bag. I'm just going to go to bed because it was in the fourth quarter. Woke up. I noticed my account wasn't what I thought it was going to be.
That is the worst feeling in the world. Whenever you check the account, it's like,
and then immediately I was like, oh, it must be pending. Because sometimes when it has happened in the past when I hit these big round robins, there's like a pending. So it takes a little while for the sports books to grade it as a winner. So naturally in my head, that's just what I think is going on because I have no way in hell Cal's going to blow a 25-point lead in the fourth quarter. And then I look, it has it as great as only 3 of the 4 legs. So I was like, what the fuck? And then I looked and I was like, Jesus. Yeah.
Yeah. That's rough. There's nothing worse than, or like I've had it happen in horse racing where I think I hit something big and then like I'm like, where's my balance? Why hasn't it changed? Why has it changed? I look in and I've like punched the ticket in wrong or something like that.
I've had it twice where I'm a commercial horse player at best. And I hit the second leg of the pick 5 and then like I just immediately stop. And I just have the alarm set for the race. I think I won the pick 5. And then when I come back, like race 2, my horse was like DQ'd or something.
Oh,
No idea. That's how it felt like.
That's a heartbreaker. All right. The next game I've got San Diego State, Wyoming. I'm taking San Diego State plus the point, +1 here. I think this is just a case of wrong team favored. Wyoming has been absolutely god awful this year. That's been one of our biggest disappointments for the season.
Jesus Christ, I whiffed on that one.
Yeah, with Wyoming. So I think that this is just as simple as wrong team favored. Give me San Diego State plus the 1.
Yeah, I mean, Wyoming, Jesus Christ. Bull. Was it more Bull knew this was coming or more he's just that good of a coach?
I don't know, man. I lack words to describe what's happened to Wyoming because I was right there with you with what happened with with Wyoming.
I mean, they are, in fairness though, this game they are on their 8th string running back.
That's true.
I mean, they're banged up galore.
I think if they don't have like a Josh Allen prototype quarterback, they struggle.
Yeah. So if they don't have a top 5 quarterback in the NFL, they're just going to struggle.
Yeah, pretty much. All right, moving on to the Red River Shootout. I'm never going to call it the Red River Rivalry. Oklahoma versus Texas. I'm taking Oklahoma +16, and I'm putting on my big boy pants. I'm going to sprinkle a little bit on the money line, +525 against Texas here. Red River Shootout is always a close game. You can throw records, you can throw stats, you can throw all that stuff out of the window. If you look at this game historically, it's been chock full of upsets and it's been chock full of close games. So I'm going to go ahead and take the shot with Oklahoma.
All I know is this. Every time I watch this game, I say to myself, next year I'm going to the Texas State Fair. Every year. I'm like, yeah, next year I'm going to the Texas State Fair. I have yet to go.
Well, I mean, if you look at it in the grand scheme of things, you have way more important things like CMU homecoming this weekend.
Oh, dude, big game against Ohio, and that's my next game.
Yeah, at the 3:00 slot. Take it away.
Look, I'm taking CMU here. I got them at +3. Obviously, big news in town here. The 100th year homecoming festival. The town is a rockin'. CMU's weakness is what? Defending the pass. Miami is basically a run military service academy offense. They look to run the ball a lot. Emmanuel's back for CMU. Now you bring Emmanuel back. You can run him in. You can do different packages with him being quarterback. Also with Labor and him both in the game together. More packages, so the offense has looked explosive the last 2 games. Jim McElwee as a dog, 63% ATS at CMU. CMU is going to be able to move the ball in the air, and they're going to be able to stop the run and make Navarro and Ohio be behind the sticks, and they're going to force him to pass against this CMU defense. I just think it's a good matchup. I'll take the 3 here. I don't think Ohio should be favored by that much.
There we go. Moving on to the 6:00 slot. I'll lead it off. Arkansas State versus Texas State. I'm taking Arkansas State plus the 14 here. This is a team that I thought Jim agreed with me that we could battle for the Sun Belt West, since they're one of the last conferences that still have divisions. And I think that they keep it close here against Texas State. You have Arkansas State coming off of a pretty good win against USA last week. And I think that they give Texas State a run for their money here. Give me Arkansas State plus the 14.
You know what? Texas State, they had an opportunity to do something this year, but I think after that loss to Sam Houston, they're done. So
yeah,
them with that defense to win by that big a margin, it's going to be tough for them to do.
Agree. You've got the next play, Unc. Actually, you've got the next 3 plays, so go ahead, take it away.
All right, I'm going LSU here plus 3.5. Ole Miss, when you look at their schedule, they have back-to-back conference games. They've played 3 straight SEC games, 7 straight games. We're at the point of the season now where these teams desperately need a bye, desperately need to rest up, get a little healthy. LSU is coming off a bye. Plus, let's look at their body of work. When you look at their body of work, LSU has been way more battle-tested than Ole Miss, and we're at the part of the season where that looks to show up a lot more. We also need to remember that Ole Miss lost to Kentucky when Kentucky was missing one of their key players. Ole Miss likes to play fast. LSU likes to play slow. Obviously, when these two styles of play against each other, I favor the team that goes a little bit slower. Harris is out for Ole Miss. Jackson Dart leans on this kid so much. The offense struggles when he's not in there. I think that is going to be huge for LSU. I think LSU is going to have success running the ball. Kelly as a dog, 63%. As a home dog, 70.6%. Give me LSU here plus 3.5. Next, I went to Morgantown. Give me West Virginia plus 3.5. Iowa State struggles to stop the run. And when you look at their depth chart, they're down to 3rd and 4th string linebackers. So they're going to be relying on guys to stop the run, which shouldn't even be on the field. And as a team, this team is ranked 153rd in tackling. And now you're counting on backups to come up in the box and make the run, stop the run. Just, a poor matchup for Iowa State. Campbell has struggled as a dog, and weird things happen at Morgantown during the dark. Give me West Virginia plus 3.5. Last one, and I hate this one, dude. I fucking hate the fact I'm fucking betting this game. I hate it. I hate it in my soul. UCLA plus 4.
I'm interested to hear why on this one. Yeah.
Spot play. Just a spot play. We got Minnesota coming off a huge win against the ranked USC team. And it's kind of like a college basketball play. When you have a team that plays slow, like Minnesota does, and UCLA actually plays slower, how can you cover a number that's over a field goal when there's going to be so many limited possessions? When we look at it, Big Ten teams historically, now I know this is going to be completely different. We're going to get more sample size with the realignment of the conferences. Struggle when they go out west. There's only been 9 games. They've only covered once. UCLA made some changes in the trenches. Obviously, there's only been 1 game, but they did look better. And Fleck at Minnesota really has struggled to cover as a favorite. I think this is too many points. I think Minnesota is a little overvalued because of how they looked against Michigan and how they looked against USC. Now you get the drop down, team coming in a little overhyped. I hate it, but I'm taking UCLA here plus 4.
I like it. So Jim sent in all of his plays, and I read. I'm just going to rattle these off for Jim here. This is going to take a little bit.
This is like in grade school when your teacher would read like a chapter of the book. So go ahead, man.
Yeah. Hold on 1 second. I got to get little.
You got to get hydrated.
Got to get hydrated for this. So he's on Army minus 27, Toledo minus 11, Virginia half, the Virginia money line he's sprinkling plus 240. Memphis and USF, he's going over 60.5. San Diego State money line -105. San Jose State money line -105. Oklahoma plus 15.5. Georgia Southern money line -105. And I'll go ahead. I'll read off his round robin. He's going, I'm guessing these are all money lines. Virginia, Eastern Michigan, Wisconsin, Central Michigan, Oklahoma. And he's got a teaser. He's teased EMU to plus 8.5, Cal to plus 9.5, Bama to -15, Wisconsin plus 7.5, Texas State -7.5, and ULM -1. For all that, he gets plus 700.
Nice. I was soft in my round robin. It's just UCLA, Western Virginia, LSU, and CMU. I didn't put Buffalo on it. That was my mistake.
I do not have a round robin because I kind of forgot that we do those every Saturday somehow. That's on me. That's my bad. But yeah, that's it. That's all the picks. Uncle Rico, do you have any parting thoughts, parting words for week 7, which looks like an absolute banger of a college football weekend?
I'm interested. There's a couple, obviously the big game, Ohio State and Oregon. Really interested to see kind of how that plays out. And if you're Ohio State, my question to you is this. If you're Ohio State, do you feel if you lose to Oregon and Penn State, you can still get into the playoffs? Because I think the answer is yes.
I think so too.
I mean, because that's their season. Because I'm a Big Ten boy. Big Ten sucks this year. There's literally 3 teams in it.
Yeah.
And I think all 3 teams are I think Penn State, Ohio State, and Oregon are all going to make the playoffs. So my question is, whoever loses this game, do you think there's value on taking them as a college football future?
I think so. I think there's going to be even more so after the game is over.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like whoever loses, let's say Ohio State loses.
Oh yeah.
I think we can get, and I think we're going to see this more and more. The first year we started doing this, we took Ohio State 20-1 after they lost to Michigan, and that was the game with Stroud when they should have beat Georgia.
Right.
I think now more than ever, after these teams lose, there's going to be value in finding futures. I guess that's my big thing. That took me way too long.
The question to ask is going to be if they can still win the conference, because I think if you finish, like if you're one of the 5 through 12 teams, it's going to be so hard to win like 4 football games in a playoff setting to get to it. But if they can still win the conference, like through a conference championship game with the 2 losses, then I think that there's a lot of value there, if that makes sense.
Yeah. And rest in peace, Utah Futures.
Oh man. Maybe they should have sat Cam Rising's ass down. That was god awful for him, man.
I'm just waiting for him. Who's a quarterback from Ohio State? Oklahoma State. Bowman.
Oh, Adam Bowman. Yeah.
Bowman and Rising Insurance Company. Bowman and Rising Associates. Like I'm just waiting for those 2 to open up their insurance company.
Yeah, and they'll do it at the tender age of 30 whenever they leave college.
Jesus.
That's going to do it for the College Football Tailgate. Jim will be back next week. I will be out next week. We're taking
back on site. Back on site of the recording studio.
Yeah. In the Big X, there's a new Big X the Plug album out, and he keeps calling it the Stew. So I might take that on. That's going to do it for us. We appreciate you. We will catch you next time.